Hey guys, welcome back to my show. In today's episode, we'll be talking about editing and how to edit a book. Um, we'll also be talking about a few other things which I'll be revealing soon in this episode. So, anyways, let's get into it. So, as you all may have noticed, if you have listened to any of the interviews I've done, you would have noticed that I keep talking about this book I'm doing, which is now officially complete. I have started editing and I'm almost done. I'm close to finishing. I just have a bit of it left. And I just wanted to give you guys a bit of feedback on how you can approach this stage and not fall into the editing traps that I fell into while editing. So, my number one tip would be, instead of just taking 2 days off from your work once you're done, try taking at least a week, just because taking just 2 days just isn't really helpful, because you're still like remembering each and every part. Because if you take a whole week or 2 weeks off from your work, you're gonna be remembering it with fresher eyes. You'll see it as a newer person and more as a reader than a writer, and then you're not as attached to your work as you are when you're still remembering stuff from it. It's also easy for you to edit that way, so I would recommend trying that out. Also, another thing what I did was, which really helped me, was I printed out my novel. So what I did was I just printed out on plain paper and just like edited on paper, just so that it's like a different format or view I normally see it in. That really helped, because since it's in a different view and not on a desktop, it was different and I could see it in a better way that would help me edit and catch mistakes. You could also read your work. Reading is actually important. You could just basically read your work out loud or read it in your mind, try to catch stuff. And if your work is longer and you do not feel like reading it and you want someone to narrate it to you, you can ask a friend or family member to read it to you. Or I know Google Docs has this feature where you can download the PDF form of your work, and then Google can read you your work. That's also there, so you can try that out. Basically, find a ways to kind of understand how your book sounds. That way you can figure out any plot holes or plot twists or things you need to fix. A few other things would be, I would recommend that when you're editing, try making sure that you first focus on the big details, like the big developmental edits first, before you work on the technical edits, which include grammar, sentence structure, spelling errors, capitalization errors, things like that. You can focus on that towards the end. I would recommend doing that. And right now, just focus on, maybe if you're on the editing stage, then focus more on the plot holes, the big developmental issues like characterization, setting issues, world building is not fine, or you need to fix it up, or just generalize things where the character is not doing what you expect it to do, things like that. I would also recommend getting it read by maybe a few classmates, teachers, whoever you can get to read it once before you start editing, just so that you have outside feedback as well. Although many people decide to do this later, I personally did it before, and I'm going to be doing it after as well, but it's the best possible way you can do it to attain that whole professional edit kind of way. So what I would suggest again is just do it yourself, get someone else to read it as well, get a couple rounds of beta readers, alpha readers on it, and then if you plan on professionally getting this published with a traditional publishing route and need an agent and things like that, querying and all that, that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's like a long process. I'll be getting you guys updated on how that goes once I start in a couple of months. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I need to say. It's just like, make sure you edit as much as you can, because an agent would not look at your work if they see the very first page itself has a lot of errors, grammatical or technical or whatever it is. So just make sure you have enough editing done. Only stop editing when you think that this is as far as I can go. So for me, I may have a little bit left, but I'm just gonna keep reading it and seeing different ways on how it could be improved. Because I know that with bigger works, you need to like really go head on and figure out what needs to be fixed, what needs to be changed or added, removed, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for the editing. For those of you still writing, no worries, you guys are doing great, and I hope that um, you get there soon or whenever. I mean, there's no pressure, right? Writing is an art, it goes slow. For me, this book took like around 1.5 years to complete, and yeah, so there's no rush in writing. Just take your time and just write the best you can. For those of you who are in having trouble writing or having writer's block or whatever, for those of you who are experiencing that right now and you're listening to this episode, I would recommend you guys listen to one of my previous episodes, not previous episode actually, one of my older episodes. If you look through the catalog, you'll see there's this episode I did on how to overcome writer's block. I would recommend listening to that a couple of times just because it has a bunch of things you can do that can help you out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now on to the thing I was going to reveal. So tomorrow I have an amazing author coming up again, and he is an amazing author. He is a children's author, and his name is Eric. Now I am not repeating his full last name because I do not want you guys searching him up right now, because I want you to like hear about him tomorrow itself. So tomorrow I'll be interviewing him at 6 p.m. Pacific time, but his interview will be uploaded onto the platforms around like 6:45, 7ish. It could be early, it could be later, so just make sure you are up to date, and I will be posting stuff often every every Sunday and Monday. One more thing, next Monday most likely will not have an interview episode, but Sunday is gonna have one. So anyways guys, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new. If you have any questions or have any episode suggestions or anything, feel free to shoot me a voicemail. And yeah, to shoot me a voicemail, you can go to anchor.fm/Anika674 and go to the top right corner where it says send a voice message. Or you can send me a comment or something on Anchor or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So anyways, stay tuned for new episodes every Sunday and Monday, and also stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. Anyways guys, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.